Hey all, here are OS Reviews. Today we're taking a quick look at a interesting bedside LED lamp that is unique because it also has a USB Type-C port that can charge your laptop, providing up to 65 watts that can fully charge up a MacBook and other modern Type-C laptops, even smartphones, really quickly. So that's quite impressive for something integrated into a lamp, and allows you to do this while providing a light source without needing to plug in an extra adapter into the wall just for charging those things, especially if you often have a computer. Maybe you are trying to search something up at night or by your bed. It sells for $40, which is also, I think, reasonable for what it is. Aside from that Type-C port up to 65 watts, there's actually two more full-sized Type-A USB ports that you can charge, say, a phone at the same time, which is, again, very impressive. So you can charge a phone, a tablet, and a laptop all together, along with being a lamp. As a light, it is really simple though, so sitting by the desk, you can adjust a few different levels of brightness and then tap on it to turn it on or off. The color temperature of the LEDs can also be adjusted for various purposes, whether it's reading or just a white light. Although one thing that you aren't able to do is use it as, say, a alarm clock, so it doesn't have a time function. It can automatically turn off after 30 minutes or an hour of usage, but it doesn't automatically get brighter, say, to wake you up in the morning. It's not like a sunrise alarm clock. So that is one function that would be cool to, I think, have in the future. When you have something plugged into the full-size Type-A port, the USB-C port will supply power up to 45 watts, and then the other 18 watts will be going to the Type-A slot. So it will kind of convert between 65 watts total. If you only have one Type-C, then they will get the maximum 65 watt. And then inside of here, we do get the contents, inclusive of a quick user guide and a contact card that also has a maze pattern printed on it, which is kind of neat. And there's also a little stand, which is a unique accessory that I'll talk about in a moment. And finally, we have just the lamp itself and also the cable, which you plug into the back and then plug into the wall. So first impressions would be the light is a lot smaller than I was expecting. To get you guys a better perspective, here it is next to a LED mood light, which is this moon lamp, and you can see that it's even smaller than this moon. And here it is next to a smartphone that has a 5-inch screen, and this thing is even smaller than a smartphone. And here is a more regular sized table lamp. So you can tell that this thing is not really taking up much space at all, which is impressive because it can provide so much power for charging, but that's why they also give you this stand as part of the box, and so you're able to pop it up at a higher angle if you find that it's just not tall enough and you want the light to spread more evenly around you. You can elevate it to get the maximum effect. Now, taking a closer look at the lamp here, we do have some touch controls on the surface that you can tap on to change the color temperature, the brightness, as well as you want to set up the auto turn off after 30, 90, or 60 minutes, the Type-C port, two Type-A ports, and then the top here, which is touch sensitive for quickly turning the lamp on or off. And then it's constructed out of a polycarbonate plastic, but feels pretty solid in terms of the weight and not too cheap. The back here features the part for plugging it into the wall, and then we have some soft touch rubber feet on the base that prevents it from sliding around on a surface. Same thing with the stand, it also prevents any sliding around. Plugging things in, I can tap on the top and instantly it will wake up. As you can see there, it looks quite good in terms of spreading the light pretty evenly and diffusing it using this plastic cover that it's constructed out of, but it definitely is a pretty small light. So this is more a night light for things like maybe quickly reading something or not staring at a phone screen or computer screen in the dark. If it's your only lighting source in an entire room, it might not be completely sufficient, in other words, but overall not too bad. You can also tap on the middle key here to basically make it brighter or dimmer. For this part, I can also turn off all the lights completely in this room, and it becomes a very gentle glow, almost like a candle light. Make it less dim as well, depending on my preferences. We can also work with the color temperature here, so holding for a few seconds will gradually make it get colder and colder until it becomes almost a bluish hue. I can also keep on pressing it to make it slightly warmer into a white light before it will go back into this orange yellowish color. So it does have quite a few modes that you can play around with, and it is very intuitive and easy to use with these sensors. It has a memory function, so whenever you turn it back on, it remembers the brightness and the color temperature that it was last in. And now for a demo of the charging capabilities, it works exactly as advertised. So I've plugged in the Type-C cable here, and let's try putting it onto this Ultrabook, and I plug it in, and you can see the charging here will instantly begin. Showing up as being plugged in and charging away at pretty much the maximum supported speed, and you can be doing work continuously while it's charging, and it will work like any other charger. It's smart in the sense that once the battery reaches 100%, the charging will also automatically stop. So it really is quite impressive there how I'm able to charge my entire computer just from the side of this lamp. And since it's using just a Type-C cable, the cable length is also perfect, where I can still put the laptop onto my lap if I'm in bed, and I have this next to my desk since this thing is in between and acting as a extension cord of sorts. Lastly, in terms of charging other devices using the Type-A port, like another smartphone, as you can see there, I can plug it into this cable, and everything is, again, fully functional while the computer is still currently charging. So that's more or less it as far as our hands-on review of this very clever desk light that also acts as a full-blown charger for laptops and smartphones alike. It is super compact and it's very easy to use in terms of changing the color temperature as well as the brightness level, and it just works exactly as advertised, which is impressive considering this tiny form factor, and it brings more convenience than I was even originally expecting, especially if you like to charge your devices, near your bed. This is going to be just such a useful little gadget to consider. So you can check out more details if you're interested, but for now that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.